Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. This is the genealogy of Jesus, the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham.
Well, welcome to day one of our Advent calendar. And we're beginning by thinking about waiting in hope for Jesus. Now that's something that we're familiar with at the moment because we're waiting in hope for the vaccines which are due to come in the next few months. The announcements have told us that these vaccines will bring relief, that we'll be able to return to some sort of normality having had them. So, having heard about them, we're already feeling some kind of relief inside, and we're eagerly anticipating them. Well, Matthew starts his book about Jesus by telling us that Jesus is the one that people have been waiting for. He's the Messiah. He's the one that the announcements in the Old Testament were all about. So people in faith who were looking forward to those promises being fulfilled were looking forward to this Messiah coming with great hope. Now, it seems strange that Matthew starts his book about Jesus by telling us Jesus' genealogy. He tells us that before he even tells us about Jesus' birth. Now that's strange because we don't normally do that in life, do we? Say, for example, if a new teacher is appointed at a school, we don't first of all hear about their genealogy, about their grandparents and great-grandparents. So why do we hear about Jesus' genealogy? Well, it's telling us about how Jesus is the one that people were longing for. Matthew tells us that Jesus is the son of David. What's that about? Well, God had promised that a son of David would come bringing great hope, that he would be a great king. And here is Jesus born in David's line. Matthew also tells us that Jesus is the son of Abraham. And that's important because God had promised Abraham that a son in his family would restore God's blessing to people. And here he is. It's Jesus. Now that's a different way of looking at a genealogy. Many people study their ancestry to find importance from the great people before them, hoping that maybe they're descended from someone famous. But with Jesus it's the other way around. Jesus' ancestors had been told in advance that a descendant of theirs would be the Messiah, the Great One, in whom the world's hopes would be. It pointed forward to Jesus' importance. So the main point then that Matthew wants to tell us is that people had their hope in this Messiah who is coming to them one day. And here he is. So think about those people of faith in the Old Testament, listening to those promises. Like us, they knew what a dark world this is. They'd had their hopes dashed. They'd had their dreams fade. But in that darkness, they could find a way through the despair because the Messiah was coming. They'd been told he would come and would bring ultimate hope. Hope that wouldn't fail. Well, those promises must have been incredible to offer such hope to them. So over the coming days, we're going to be looking at a selection of those promises in the Old Testament so that we can see why Jesus is that great. But for now, ponder that thought, that Jesus is someone to long for. He's the Saviour who offers ultimate hope to us too today. He's the hope of all who put their trust in him. So ask God to help you see more of how great Jesus is.